Thank you, Mr. Chair, and through you, thank you to Ms. Doyle for joining us this afternoon. I want to start off with a bit of a request. Would you be willing to share with this committee copies of the minutes of all board meetings and investment committee meetings for the audit period from March 1st, 2019, right up to today? Is that something you could provide this committee with?
Yes, and I understand that those have already been provided under the production of papers request, like all of the minutes, because we're going back now to 2017, sir. But
just to interrupt, thank you. But I'm
yeah.
asking directly to this committee, not
directly.
Not directly to this committee.
Yeah, to this
commit
committee.
to do that within a reasonable time period, which the chair and the clerk could work that out. A second thing I wanted to follow up on, it's been mentioned a few times, the non-disclosure agreements which current and former employees have been required to sign. Is this something that you would be willing to withdraw those NDAs and allow all current and past employees to speak freely? Is that something you as a board member would be willing to undertake?
You know, we have a very specific mandate that's been provided to us as kind of on this transitionary period. So I would take that under advisement. I can't make any commitment on that right now, and I'm not sure that it is appropriate. Some of those NDAs were entered into because of a particular severance on the departure of employees from SDTC. That's my understanding in the past. So I think I would have to open up the whole thing, but I can't make that undertaking right now.
So I will leave that point for now, but I do know we have other directors who are coming, and I think this is an issue that you as a board member will have to deal with, and I think it is something that would be in the interest of transparency, that those who have been eager to speak but unable to do so because of these NDAs which SDTC have placed on them have been unable to do so. So I will come back to that, but I think you should be strongly considering that. I want to move on quickly to this review of the projects that's being undertaken. In response to a question from Ms. Bradford, you did say that you would provide this committee with that information, but then you made a bit of a caveat, subject to certain commercial confidentiality. Now, you have served as a deputy minister of a federal department, so you, I'm sure, are aware that committees can request any information without limitations. You are aware of that, right?
Yes, I think I do recall that. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify because whenever I hear stipulations being placed on subject to this, subject to that, the power of committees to send for documents is without restriction, and so I did want to clarify that. So we do look forward to receiving that information when it is finished. Now I've got about a couple minutes left. I want to go back a little bit in time because there's an interesting quirk of history. The last time you appeared before this committee was dealing with another energy and clean energy issue when you were the Deputy Minister of NRCan, dealing with a period between 2003 and 2005 when the former Liberal government came under conflict of interest challenges. And that's ethics commission, or that's a AG report. It was written that before signing the 5 contribution agreements, NRCan knew that a consultant who had provided services to the department relating to the contribution programs would also be working for the organizations that received NRCan funding under these programs. In our view, the AG's view, this is a conflict of interest that NRCan did not identify. Payments totaling about $3.2 million that NRCan made under the contribution agreement with CEEA Transport were not in accordance with the terms and conditions of this agreement. Now, granted, you were not the Deputy Minister at the time that Liberal government was undertaking this program, but you were the Deputy Minister when the audit came out. I'm just looking at these 2 AG reports, looking at these conflicts of interest. Why is it, Ms. Doyle, that SDTC was able to operate under such terrible conflict of interest challenges when we've seen these challenges happening before with a former Liberal government? Why did this happen once again? Liberals back in power going back to their old ways of allowing these conflict of interests to get back into the play of things. Money going to friends, going to those who are in conflicts of interest. Why did this happen? From your expert view.
Well, let me just say that you've got a very good memory, or somebody who's a good researcher, because that is exactly when the last time I was back in front of this committee. And at the time, it was I can only say that it was in the one of the research labs. It was an individual in a research lab that didn't really have any kind of a political affiliation from what I can recall.
Thank you very much.